That's what they're supposed to do. In terms of politicians, it's not only politicians that are corrupt or that are involved in corruption. These ministries that you see, ministers don't even sign anything. You go to a ministry right now, a minister does not sign anything. You have people like the PSs, the directors are the ones that sign. So as a controlling officer of a ministry, for example, the PS will be signing all those things. So when we see the politicians being harassed like that, where are the PSs? Where are the directors? So apart from the politicians, we want to see the administrators. Apart from the ruling party, we want to see the opposition. There's something that people always forget, and that is the fact that in as much as UPND was in opposition all this time, they controlled half this country. So go to the councils right now. Go to Kafue Council. Go to Chilanga Council. Go to councils in Western Province, in Southern and Northwestern Province. Was there corruption there or not? And I'll tell you for a fact, there was a lot of corruption. I've been to places even in Kafue where people have been complaining to say, we can't say that. Pens of we have to even donate that we buy this and that thing for the councillor. Now this person has got over 50 plots. And these councillors are the same people where the 2016 adoptions, they didn't have much. By 2021, for them to be adopted, they were giving land to officials for them to be adopted. That is corruption, So all those things for me are what I want to see fought. I don't want because this person and that person is a danger or a threat or an enemy or whatever to the president and this person and that person, that's the reason why they're being followed. No. And we told the president, we advised him just when he got into office, that even taking that corruption commission, FIC, to be under his office, those are wrong decisions, okay? Those are, the worst decisions that the president has made. Because at the end of the day, if your office is the one that is seen to be the first place where people have to go or to be found guilty of something, where are you taking the appeal process? It's more like you have taken the entire Supreme Court and you have taken it to anti-corruption. Are you getting the point? There has to be processes. People have to be investigated. They are found guilty. When they are guilty or even locked up, there are appeal processes that should be available to the people. So the president now taking anti-corruption commission, FIC, and putting them under his office and doing what he's doing right now, or what they are doing right now, where we're only seeing politicians and ministers, for that matter, that they're the ones being targeted. It's definitely not a corruption fighter we're talking about.
Let me get your take as we close the program, President Saboi Mboila. I know that this issue, of course, it's a matter that I've been avoiding in several interviews because, of course, I didn't know the genesis and also the background of the entire story. But now that government has spoken about it, it gives me that privilege to ask you this question. We've seen also some kind of a debate which is being centered on the Drug Enforcement Commission boss, that's Mary Chirwa, where some people are demanding for her dismissal on allegations that she was found, she's linked to a certain video, which is a porn video in short, and some people are saying for the sake of morality, she needs to go. But again, government also feels that the crusade against Madam Chirwa is aimed at sabotaging the fight against corruption because Mary Chirwa has so far proved to be aggressive against the, suspects of corruption. What could be your take? Mr. Taukawan, I think 2 days ago, he did mention that government is not going to fire Madam Chirwa. And this is a matter of public, concern. What is your take?
Well, it's very, very sad. It's very, very sad. And also to see what Mr. Tabokawan has said. When you're a spokesperson of an organization, you should know what your roles are. And even when there's fire, your role is to quench that fire. Not when there's fire, even put petrol there. And for me, I always say that Mr. Kawana, he's an outer ego of Mr. Hamasaka. There are certain things that Mr. Hamasaka wants to do or wants to say. He can't say it. He uses Tabo Kawana to say certain things, which is a very, very sad situation. So coming back to the issue of...
You are assuming, right? You're assuming. You're not sure.
I'm saying I always say that.
And you don't have evidence.
No, I always say that. So it's me. That's my opinion. Okay? To me, he is an outer ego. He's an outer ego of Hamasaka. So Mr. Hamasaka wants to say something, wants to do something. He says it through that person. And by the way, for me, we talk private with Ms. Hamasaka when something has gone wrong, because you come to me and say, why did you say, okay, yourself, why didn't you say this when this happened? Are you getting the point? So for me, I know that there are certain things that he wants to say, can't say publicly. So he has to use another person. If I were him, if I was Mr. Kawana, I would avoid saying certain things, because it's not worth it, really. Your job as a spokesperson is to quench the fire. But the problem in politics is that people do jobs that they've never done anywhere else. You get into politics and